Hello, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Brian Coffey, and today we're talking lobster. I've been a lobster lover since I was a little tiny kid about this high. I grew up on lobsters. I grew up on the South Shore of Boston, and being a young kid, we ate lobsters all the time. Then when I got to be a teenager, we started diving, scuba diving for lobsters, and we'd go down and catch the lobsters and bring them right up to the beach and build a little fire out of driftwood and cook the lobsters right on the beach. There was nothing like that with a couple of 6-packs of Schlitz. Back then were the days. Anyway, as my life moved on, I ended up writing a couple of cookbooks on lobsters, and to this day I've been a lobster lover. So today I'm going to show you how to make a classic New England lobster roll. So I had a restaurant in Maine a couple years ago, and we used to sell about 100 lobster rolls a day. It was just a craziness how many we sold. So today we're going to do a little twist on it. I'm going to do a bun made with potato flour. So let's give it a go. Stay with me. Here we go. So the first thing I want to do is I want to weigh the lobster. Make that back a little bit. Okay, that should be good. It's about a little over 5 ounces of lobster meat. I think that'll be good. Okay, when you're using tail meat, you want to make sure that there's none of the digestive tract that runs along the back side of the tail. If there is, you want to clean that out. I've already removed these, so these are nice and clean. You can see, but a lot of times you'll see it like a black little tube in here. That's the digestive tract, and you don't want that. You want to clean that out really good. So here's my setup, my mise en place for my lobster roll. I've got my weighed out lobster. I've got a little over 5 ounces of lobster meat here. I've got this spice that I made up. 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of celery salt, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I've just made a lot here, so I've made a couple of tablespoons of each. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut up my lobster meat. I've got some nice tail meat here. I want it into relatively good sized chunks. And I want the claws to also be in good sized chunks. There's another nice piece of the claw. Inside the large claw, sometimes there's a feather bone, you have to remove that, but I've already taken it out. And that looks good. There's our lobster meat. I'm going to put that into a bowl. A little lemon juice over it. And I'm going to add a little bit of mayonnaise, not a lot. Like that's enough. Mix that around. Again, you want to taste the ocean. You want to taste the lobster. You don't want to taste a lot of mayonnaise. I've been to places, you know, when you're making this at home, you don't have to be so, you don't have to add a lot of filler like onions and celery and lettuce and that kind of stuff. That is really enough. And then I'm going to put a little bit of maple syrup in there just to give it a little sweet. Like I said, I used to use sugar, but now just a couple of drops of maple syrup. And that is the secret to this incredible lobster salad. Then I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of my spice. Again, this is 2 parts paprika, 1 part pepper, 1 part celery salt. I'm going to put a little bit on top too. That's the only spice that I use now. And that's it. All right, the next step is to brown the roll. Okay, so now we're going to get the bun browned. I turn my heat on, put it down to about medium, put my cast iron skillet on. I always use cast iron when I'm browning buns like this. And so I'm going to take some soft butter and I'm going to butter both sides of the bun, not too much. And then I'm going to put a little bit of butter in the pan to make sure it's hot enough. That's really important. I want it to brown nicely. So I put a little in. When you see it and hear it sizzle a little bit and bubble a little bit, it's ready. Okay, the bun's going to go in. It takes about a minute, minute and a half. Get it to the color that you like and then take it off. This is the color that I like. So that's ready to go. All right, now I'm just going to take some of my chives that I just picked. These are just, I just love the flavor that fresh cut chives adds to almost anything. That's probably enough. Okay, now I'm going to assemble my sandwich. I take my roll. Add my lobster meat. Again, I've seen lobster rolls, $20, $22, $25. They fill it with all kinds of filler, gob it up with mayonnaise. Another alternative that people are doing is just doing butter. But I find a little bit of mayonnaise is great. As you can see, 5 ounces is a lot. You normally wouldn't get, I don't think, that much in a regular restaurant. So then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of my paprika mixture on top, and then some fresh chive. Fold that over a little bit. Yeah. Put that on my plate. A little pickle wedge. And a little lemon. And that is it. Chef Coffee's lobster roll. And maybe a few more chives. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, thank you again for watching. Listen, if you like lobster, hit the notification button and don't forget the bell. I don't want you to miss another one of my videos. Have a good one.